Okay. So, all right. So what I'll do then is, why don't I just walk through the slides in the way that I would with people, but then I'll add why I emphasize certain things and what seems to be very attractive to people when we're doing a presentation. Yeah. So
Cool. And then I guess after that, Matt, if we can then just look at, just go through. So the guys should have all watched the attraction marketing video now. So
yeah,
again, if you just want to just touch on the main points in relation to the action steps to be able to share that, because that, as you've said, is what's delivering the results for the people, for everybody at the moment.
yeah. Don't worry about that. I've got all of that in hand. Don't worry. Let me just get this the slide up. Uh, Okay, let me get that one up, and then so they very cleverly decided that the compensation plan should be in a completely different PDF to the main presentation. So don't know what benefit that was, but hey, let's see. Move this. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let me just kind of walk through how I set up the presentation. So as Scott probably would have told you, I'm going to be hosting one for you guys on Thursday. Dean is actually, Dean does killer presentations. So him and I will be alternating in terms of supporting you guys. So especially if you need more than one presentation a week, it will be rotating between Dean and I. Okay. So basically I tend to, when I'm promoting, because I guess as we all know as network marketers, promoting the presentations to our network is key, right? So I'll go through that more with the attraction marketing side of things. But what I generally tend to do is take a cut of one of the slides as I'm saying, guys, there's a presentation at 8 o'clock, join, and the slide talks for itself, right? So a slide like this is going to catch people's eye because it's got key information on there, okay? So basically what I want to do is kind of, when I'm presenting this to people, I really talk about the fact that I chose my lifestyle first before I chose the business. Okay. And I think the shift in people's kind of behaviors and what they want from life now is not the same as say 40 years ago when it was like a job for life, right? A career job for life, retire, walk off into the sunset. Now there's things like work-life balance. People expect to get a certain amount of time home. It means a lot to people, just like you guys, where you can have the flexibility to work from where you want. So really kind of, I tell my story, which is one of the reasons why I left my old job in finance, that, I wanted to have a certain type of lifestyle. I've got 2 daughters. One of them is going to be 13 next month. My focus is to be here with them and to, have freedom of movement because, e-commerce means you can travel anywhere in the world. But I didn't want to sacrifice an ambition. And I always make that point, right? Because when people think of home businesses, they either think scam or they think they're going to need to sacrifice. That's not real money. It's not the same as having a career. Well, with e-commerce, that is absolutely the opposite. It's one of the most lucrative industries in the world. And it's something that we should be very proud to say to people, that you can work from home and not sacrifice on any of your income dreams. Okay. So what's the, in terms of the Infinii journey, this is a key slide because when I'm telling people about the success, I was just telling some of you guys that, about my background in terms of Infinii, right? I had some success. You guys haven't had that yet. You'll get there, right? But one of the points that I really try to make to people is that obviously I wasn't the only person following this training program. So DS Domination, which preceded Infinii, has been around for just over 2 years. So it started in September 2013. And in that 2 and a bit year period, they've helped ordinary people like myself to generate $2.5 billion in e-commerce sales by following the training. So even my numbers are somewhere in that number. That's absolutely world-class numbers. There's no other e-commerce training outfit on the planet that has helped ordinary people to go and make that amount of sales in such a short period of time. In fact, those are the type of numbers you'd expect to see from an Amazon or a Google or a Microsoft, right? That's unprecedented in the first 2 years of operation. So that makes us number one in the world. There's no other outfit that's better than us at training people to become top sellers. The other key thing you want to really focus on is that, there's some statistics there that are very powerful. Our members on average earn 6 times more than the average eBay seller, right? Our members earn 7 times more than the average Amazon seller. Now, for those of you that are familiar with Amazon, Amazon creates millionaires. If you know what you're doing, Amazon is one of the most powerful selling machines on the planet. So for us to have stats that show that basically we on average are 7 times more profitable than the average seller, that's very, very powerful. So this part, the first instance is about saying to people, what you're looking at here is world class. Yeah, we are the leaders in what we do. Okay. So there are many different layers to what Infinii offer, and I'm going to walk you through those. Okay. So the first one is drop shipping. And this is such a great strategy, especially for people on a tight budget and very low in experience. Okay. Drop shipping is the ability to sell something before you buy it, right? Sounds very back to front, I know. And to be honest, in the first instance, I just thought it was nuts. I just didn't think it was going to work, right? But when I made my first sale and I got a 5-star review using this exact strategy, I realized now why this was so exciting. So what is drop shipping? So let me move this down so you guys can see the full screen. So basically, what you're looking at here is, if you look on the right-hand side, this is the platform that you're selling on initially, eBay, right? So you can see that this cuddly little monkey toy thing is selling for $18 on eBay, all right? But we teach you how to source products from Amazon. And before I really get into that, if we talk about if we strip away all of the kind of the fluff, all of the hyperbole about what we've got in our hands, what is it that Infinii teach you how to do? What is it that sets us apart from everybody else so we can be 7 times more profitable than people on Amazon? Because that's a logical question, right? Well, firstly, we're led by some of the best e-commerce sellers on the planet. That's the first thing. Secondly, because they're teaching us, they give us our strategies that really set us apart in 2 key areas. The first area is product searching, right? Now, when I sell online, when I share my results, like for example, when I sell a lot of units online, right? The first question that people usually ask me is, what's the product that you're selling? Okay. And that's a natural question to ask, but it's the wrong question. The right question would be, how did you find that product? And what Infinii do is they give you a methodology that will help you for the rest of your e-commerce career. So that analogy where it says, if you give a fish to a guy, he'll eat for 1 day. If you teach him how to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. It's the same thing for product searching. As long as you can always find profitable products online, remember there are millions and millions of products online, and that's only going to increase over the next 10 years, you will always be able to make money. The second bit, which is just as key, maybe even more so, depends on how your outlook, is that we teach you how to outsell everybody else using optimization strategies, right? SEO strategies. So when you combine the fact that the methodology we teach you will mean you will always be able to find products to make profit from online. And then in addition to that, we'll teach you how to optimize those listings so you sell more than the average person online. That's why we've helped people to make over $2 billion of sales in a little over 2 years. Okay. So coming back to the drop shipping. So we said that we're now selling on eBay and we're sourcing product from Amazon. So you can see on Amazon on your left-hand side, this little toy is selling for as little as $9. Okay. So what happens is you basically copy the URL, the web address from that particular toy, and you paste it into Infinii. Okay. And so there's an amazing tool called the ALC, the Auto Listing Creator. an absolutely game-changing tool. And the reason why I say that is, for any of you guys that have used eBay before, you know listing is tedious, right? It's hard enough, finding products without then having to spend half an hour, maybe longer, which is what I did when I first started out, just creating one listing, right? Well, the ALC, the auto listing creator, is specifically created so that you can do a listing in under 30 seconds. That's the idea of it. In fact, I think the record in our team is 20 seconds. Now, I do not want you to correlate the speed in which you can do the listing with the quality of the end product. The whole point of the tool is that you then produce one of the most optimized listings on eBay. Okay. So I think there was a stat that Hitesh, the CEO, confirmed in the last webinar, saying something like over $3 million of sales have been made using the ALC in the last month. Right? $3 million of sales. And remember, this is brand new. I still haven't, most of the people here haven't really used it to full effect. So it still caused over $3 million of sales in the last month. So it's a very, very powerful tool, and it's only going to get better and more widely used. Okay. So you do that, you create that within the Infinii back office, and then the tool pushes it into eBay fully optimized for you. So what that means is that when somebody's searching for this cuddly monkey toy thing, right, your results is going to be one of the first results pulled back by eBay when it's deciding which listings are relevant to the search that they're doing, right? So it's very, very powerful. Remember, you haven't bought anything yet. You've just created the listing. You've duplicated the listing from Amazon, optimized it, and increased the price. When somebody buys it from you, the money goes into your PayPal. The customer who bought it from you, you also get all of their address and contact details. Then you go back to Amazon, purchase the toy at the lower price, and then send it directly to the customer, okay? So therefore, you've not seen the product, you've not touched it, but you've kept the difference. Very, very powerful. Now, again, as I said, this is particularly attractive, and you should really make a point of this. This is particularly attractive to people who are either limited budget or low on experience, right? Which is going to be most people you're going to be showing this to, okay? And so the reason why it's so powerful is because you can basically test loads of different types of products and different types of price points and get better at what you're doing without the upfront cost. Because what happens is it's like throwing a whole load of mud up on the wall and seeing what sticks, okay? What sticks is what you want to expand on. So in this instance, with this cuddly toy, if this started to sell, guess what? I'm going to start to sell related products, other types of toys, okay, until I start to find my niche. And this is another key step in your e-commerce career, business journey, whatever you want to call it, is that because there's no upfront cost to you, what will happen is you will start to find types of products that you're good at selling. It's just what happens with people, right? And you start to think, yeah, I'm really good at selling dining table sets or toys or health and fitness stuff, right? And then you expand on that. And then that's a really good way for you to start to cut your e-commerce teeth, where you're only paying for stuff after you sell it. And that's going to prepare you for the second strategy we're going to give you, which is more for people who are a bit more familiar with e-commerce and kind of know what they're doing. Because at this point, now you're going to get training on how to sell on platforms like Amazon. And Amazon is very, very powerful, as I was saying before, right? So as you can see here, you've got this brown leather phone case for about $29, right? And because we can see here, it's got 4 5-star rating, looks very, very popular, many different colors, right? So either from your experience of drop shipping, knowing what sells, and or using some additional training to find profitable products on Amazon, we're now going to show you how to start sourcing products from China and buying in bulk and shipping them over. And remember, you're only going to do this when you've got the experience that tells you what type of products are selling well, what you're good at selling, right? And obviously, when you buy in bulk in advance, you make more profit. So it's very, very powerful. Remember, you're still You're still drop shipping, but now you're layering on this strategy in addition. Okay. The other thing that has got people very, very excited, and again, emphasize this, is because every single person has to go shopping. Every single person, when they get paid their wages, knows they have to allocate a certain amount of money towards the expense of paying for their shopping, a weekly shop, monthly shop, etc. Well, we have a game-changing strategy here for people to be able to change their shopping costs into a profit-making exercise if they so choose to. Now, this is a very new concept to everywhere, even in America, but less so in America, because this is where I first saw it. So when I flew out to Texas a few months ago to go to an event, an Infinii DSD event, and I met, the owners of the company. I met some of the people you've seen with checks of like 500 grand, 600 grand, etc. I also met the ordinary people there, right? Who, just like me, who are making enough money now to leave their job behind, and they're growing their business year on year to the point where they can get to the 500 grand a year, right? And it was at that event that we first got introduced to what was called a shopping party, right? So we downloaded an app onto our phones. A group, a large group of us basically took a coach down to a retailer or wholesalers, and we just descended on this place like a flock of locusts, basically, and started scanning everything going. And what happened was, this app, while you're doing your shop, let's go back to a normal weekly shop, right? While you're doing your shop, you can scan the barcode of products, and the app will tell you whether you can sell that product for a profit on Amazon, right? And in addition to that, it will tell you, looking at the Amazon bestseller rank, stuff like that, how popular the product is. And so if those two things are favorable, then you can just click a button and list that product for sale whilst you're still shopping, right? And so what happened while I was in Texas was that people were actually making sales before we'd even left the store. So by the time we got back to the hotel, some people had made 15 or 20 sales. It really was that powerful. Not everybody, but the point is, that's something worth getting good at, right? So that's a very, very exciting thing for, to kind of nullify, just out, completely cancel out your weekly or monthly shop, if you so choose to, is a very powerful thing, right? So this slide here really talks to, when you start to layer on all of the different strategies together, so drop shipping on Amazon and eBay, and then once you cut your teeth doing that, you've made a little bit of money, you know what's selling, then you can then add on the additional strategy of buying in bulk from places like China, and then you're also scanning whilst you shop. Even if you're doing this part-time, a couple of hours a week, you can really start to scale up your business very, very quickly. So you're making a fairly meaningful income. And again, this slide here really talks to the point that I was making earlier on. I chose my lifestyle first, and then I found a business that would fit around it. Now, I can actually say that I was running my e-commerce business when I was away on holiday. I actually went to the Bahamas last year, and I was able to, quite close to my hotel, I was able to carry on, doing bits of drop shipping and fulfilling some orders and et cetera, from my laptop in the Bahamas, right? Very, very powerful. Because all of the training, most of the training you get is recorded. You can watch that in your own time. You don't have to be anywhere. You can mold it around your business. But again, the key thing here that sets us apart from everybody else is you do not need to compromise on the amount of money you want to make, because you've found a business that fits your lifestyle. Okay. So very powerful. So this is a really pertinent part, because I know Scott has made this point many times. What's the difference in value? Why should somebody buy Excel instead of Surge, or Surge instead of Prime? Well, to me, as an e-commerce person, there is very, very clear distinction between all of them. And trust me, the value you get as you go up the ranks is just undeniable. So remember, I haven't mentioned the springboard once, right? So just follow me through. So starting from the prime level, which is the entry level membership, This is where you're going to get training on 3 of the biggest brand e-commerce brands on the planet, right? You're going to get training on how to sell on eBay, how to sell on Amazon, how to sell on Google Shopping Network called Bonanza, right? Everybody knows those names, okay? So not only are you going to get strategies on how to sell on those, but you're also going to get access to the tools like the Auto Listing Creator, which is an absolute game changer, right? In addition, so that's $50 a month. So then when you get to the surge level, remember at surge, you've got everything included at the $50 level, automatically included. But now you're going to get some advanced training, right? So you're going to get some advanced strategies on how to generate even more sales using things like the social media to draw more sales and traffic to your links, driving traffic, paid traffic, that type of thing. But you're also going to get profit maximizing strategies. So what I mean by that is take cash back. Right. So we all know what cashback is when you've got a credit card or a debit card and your bank incentivizes you to spend, right? To make purchases by saying the more purchases you make, the more cashback you'll earn, right? Well, the average e-commerce seller is not even thinking about that. They're just thinking about the profit they're going to make based on the sale. Whereas the top e-commerce sellers, they know that they can increase their profit margins by using cashback. So what happens is that when you're at this level, at the surge level and above, you're potentially making hundreds of transactions, maybe even thousands of transactions every single month, right? And so when you're making those purchases and you're following the cashback strategy that we give you, signing up to the right websites and shopping with the right type of stores, all of a sudden now you're really stretching your profit. And to give you an idea, I saw a screenshot from one of the top, one of our leaders in Infinii, and last year he did $60,000 just in cashback, right? So that's not the profit on the sale. That's just the cash that was accrued in the cashback account over the 12-month period. That's more than most people's salaries for the year. So if you know what you're doing, it's a game changer, right? And in addition to that, at Surge, you're also going to get training, not just on eBay, Amazon, and Google. You're going to get training on platforms like Shopify, right? And some of you guys saw the post that I shared a day or two ago with one of the leaders who started on Shopify 56 days ago. And within 56 days, he'd already done $66,000 in sales, right? Shopify, WooCommerce, being able to set up your own web store, that's what you're going to get in addition at the surge level, which you don't get at the prime level. Very, very powerful. Now, at the flagship level, this is where the game changes for you, right? Because not only are you getting all of the training at Prime and Surge included, but now you're getting, basically Infinii is now looking at you as somebody that wants to become world class, somebody who wants to start a multinational private label brand, just like all the top guys do on Amazon and eBay, and they're going to show you how to do it step by step. They're going to show you how to source product from China. They're going to show you how to communicate in the most effective way with people from other cultures, right? They're going to show you how to logistically move product from one country to the next. They're going to show you how to create a brand, okay? They're also going to show you how to launch your product to market, right? Because think about it. If you take our eBay training, right? When I say to people, okay, I know how to sell on eBay, people kind of roll their eyes and say, yeah, I've heard of eBay, not much money to be made from that, not had much success. Well, we get trained by people. Some of the guys that do our eBay training videos are doing $200,000 a month on eBay. So I think, I hazard a guess, they probably do things slightly different to the average person, right? And that's the level of training that you're getting. Some of our leaders are doing over $1 million a month on just e-commerce, right? Not factoring in any affiliate money. Very, very powerful. So the point I'm making to you is that when you're launching your private label product, you can be very confident that all of the strategies you're getting are not what the Joe blogs are doing. This is coming from the top guys who launched their products to get them to the top of the bestseller rankings. That's their aim, right? When you're earning that type of money, you're not launching a product just to be, just to blend into the background. You want to launch a product that's really going to do well, right? And so that's the kind of training you're going to get. And just think about the power. And I think this is really important for you guys to understand and to share this with your people, is that when you launch your own private label brand, remember, you're still doing all these other strategies, right? You're still drop shipping, you're still doing all of these other things, selling on these different platforms, but you're using the profit from that to go and create something that you own, that you can start your own company, that you can become a director, set yourself up as a business and own that brand, right? And build that brand over time, because you control the profit margin, right? You own it. You can give that to your kids as an inheritance. You can sell it. You can go to a professional buyer of your wholesaler retailers. And if your numbers stack up in terms of sales, why wouldn't the professional buyer stock your product in their store? Of course they would, right? So it's real e-commerce. This is not about selling selling memberships to everybody and earning money within the network marketing company. You are going to learn skills and be able to create something that, even if Infinii was to go away tomorrow, what's that got to do with what you're selling in your eBay and Amazon accounts and the brand that you launch? Nothing, right? Very powerful. And in addition to that, they're going to show you how to maximize Amazon's FBA service, which is my preferred platform to sell on. So I said to you before that that's what I make most of my money from, although I know how to sell on other e-commerce platforms. And so what I mean by that, Amazon FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. Okay. So what that means is, right now downstairs, I've got a couple of boxes of product containing a couple of thousand units of product that have come in from China. Now, I'm going to send that stuff into Amazon one time, okay? And when that arrives into Amazon, because I use Amazon's FBA service, somebody at Amazon is going to unbox that product for me. Somebody's going to scan all of those individual thousands of units and label them for me. So when Amazon sell my products, remember, they sell my products in 5 European countries: France, Italy, Germany, Spain, and the UK. Amazon does all that work for me. They send it to the customer. When the customer has a query, Amazon deal with it. When the customer wants to return some product, they send it to Amazon. So that basically means I've got time freedom. I've got freedom to go and collect my Tamia from school. Her school's just up the road. And as I'm walking to school, I'm getting notifications on my phone saying, congratulations, you've made another sale. Amazon will fulfill it for you. It's very, very powerful. It's the true meaning of leverage, right? And then it also means I've got the time to, because I'm ambitious and I want to take my business right to the very top, I've got the time to think about the strategic direction of my business. What sectors do I want to get into? What's the next product that I want to launch? I get to speak to you guys and share this with people in many different countries, right? And I get to work with my leadership team and grow an organization, which is not just about putting people into the business. This is about training people. Like, my goal by the end of the year, 4 months ago, I set myself the goal that by the end of the year, I want to have helped 100 people to have started their own company, set up as a business, to have launched their first private label product, and to be earning enough money to have the option to leave their job. Well, that was 4 months ago. 2 months ago, and the last 2 months, almost 500 people have joined my business. So now I'm going to change my goal to that I want to help 1,000 people by the end of the year to do that exact same thing, right? That's how Infinii has changed my goals. Like, I was, in the first instance, I was thinking 100 people was ambitious, but almost 500 people have joined my business in the last 2 months, and all of them are selling online right now. So, we can do really great things with this platform. So you should be very excited about that. Okay. So in terms of the prices, you can see the prices there. And this is where I take the opportunity to kind of say, look, guys, I understand that most people, people have different resource amounts, right? So we're not here to do the hard sell. I don't care what level you go in at. I know we've got our targets, but really, I say to people, look, if you've got the resources, go in at the $400 a month level. But if you don't have the resources and or your confidence in what you're seeing isn't at the level where you're looking to put in that type of money, go in at the lesser level. Go in at the $50 level if you want. That's fine, okay? But I encourage all of you to have the very specific goal of getting to the $400 level as quickly as possible, because that's where you're really going to have the opportunity to make life-changing money and to create a legacy where you're building a brand and, you know, you're really taking your life to the next level, and you're becoming a CEO, not just a rep or somebody following a training program. So that's the way I kind of pitch it to people. So, obviously, you can pay an additional $10 to be a partner, which we all are here. I don't really talk through these two slides because I'm going to go through the affiliate side afterwards. So what I do is I really just go to this slide here, because this is another slide, another aspect of what sets us apart from most other opportunities, right? So completely free, included in your membership level, is this fantastic brand. This only started about 3 weeks ago, right? So this is brand new. So what they've just launched is something called the Masterclass series. And I love this. I think it really kind of talks to the values of what the owners of the company have and what they're trying to do with us, i.e. they want us to learn and become expert e-commerce people, not necessarily network marketers as such, right? And so you can basically apply it to go on a masterclass series, which is just basic. Think of it as some kind of online open university. Okay. And so what you're going to do is you're going to log on and you're going to listen to this live class. And remember, none of the people that are teaching you are textbook experts. All of the people that are going to be teaching you are people that have got results. Right. I think in the last masterclass lesson last weekend, I think Hitesh himself, the CEO of the whole company, was on the call, was on the training session. So I doesn't need anything saying more than that. I think the guy's worth about 40 million plus. I don't know. Right. So that's how seriously these guys take this. And the whole point of this masterclass series is, remember, you've got all of those videos that you're following and you're watching in your own time. But in addition to that, when you follow this masterclass series, you are basically getting the fast track to becoming an expert, right? The fast track to earning more profits more quickly. That's the point of the masterclass, to get you where you want to go more quickly, right? And so in addition to that, you will get, if you choose to, it's completely optional, you can take the certification to become accredited as an EEC qualified consultant almost, right? And that's not just one of these kind of, okay, you've turned up, here's a badge, a yellow badge for you to say you've turned up. This means something. This is an additional income stream, because when you become EEC qualified, that basically means that if somebody else within Infinii or outside of Infinii is struggling with their e-commerce business, you can charge them to help them, right? You can charge them to help them. This is an absolutely game-changing thing, because if you think about it, you've just opened up another potential income stream, which if you add it to the rest of them, so let's just add all of this up, because this is basically the final slide of the e-commerce side, right? So if we said at the entry level Prime, you get training on eBay, Amazon, and Google Bonanza, right? 3 platforms. And that's your 3 completely independent income streams. What you sell on Amazon has nothing to do with eBay, has nothing to do with Google, right? Then when you get up to the surge level, then you're going to get training on Shopify. And you're going to get training on WooCommerce and how to set up your own internet web store. Okay, that's 6. And then once you get to Excel, you're also going to get training on how to start your own private label brand, right? And in addition to that, now we've just said, if you become EEC qualified, you can basically charge people to manage their accounts for them, if that's what they want, right? So that's 8 completely independent income streams that you have access to. And how much teams have you had to build at this point? And I really take this opportunity to talk to people about, you know, the fact that we will pay you to introduce this to other people. But outside of doing that, we've just shown you 8 completely independent income streams that you can earn just doing the e-commerce side, right? And for those of you that are my Facebook friends, you will know that I've kind of jumped the gun ahead of this. And I've basically I just employed somebody in the Philippines to become my virtual assistant. So I've left them some training. They're currently right now watching some training on eBay. And as soon as they're done with that, they'll come back to me, and then I'm going to get them managing my eBay account and then my business partners, because between both of our eBay accounts, we've probably got about pounds worth of eBay limit, and we're going to grow that aggressively to be 500,000 by June, and then be 1 million this year. So I've seen other leaders do it, right? I've seen people go from zero to $700,000, $800,000 in eBay limits in 6 or 7 months, right? It depends how aggressively and what your strategy you approach it. So just think about that. I've got somebody now who's going to be working for me 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, doing exactly what I asked them to do, right? So that's very, very powerful. So have you guys got any questions at this point before I get to the e-commerce, so to the affiliate side? You can unmute yourselves if you want. You can just ask questions. I mean, do you guys see the value now? If somebody says to you, what's the difference between, what's the difference between the package levels, et cetera, would you feel confident talking about it? So I'm going to unmute all of you. I've just unmuted you all. Anybody have any questions or thoughts at this point?
I guess, Matt, for me, I'll just reiterate is that for us, the initial, from our previous conversations, is that everything originally was based around the springboard and what it had to offer by way of the entry point as being a no frills opportunity, low risk to be able to get into e-commerce and then find your feet and then learn and move forward. But obviously that hasn't come to fruition. But what we didn't realize was the actual training was designed to give us that as well. And actually not having the springboard has allowed us to be able to follow this methodology now and probably fast track things a lot more. And then when they do sort the springboard out, it'll just create another small level of income. But in comparison to what you can do yourself, especially as you grow your experience and exposure and as you scale, the springboard will fall further and further down to the point where maybe it's not even worth my time because I'm already doing a crapload more things that are making me more money. So that was the biggest takeaway for me, is that we don't have to utilize that, great to start with that, but realistically, it's probably greater value already there. We just didn't realize.
Cool. Any of the other guys, you've got any thoughts or questions or even just your feedback in terms of what you've heard? Do you like what you see? Do you see this as being attractive to people that you're thinking about showing this to?
Tony and Charlotte, how was that for you guys? Has that cleared things up a little bit in relation to your potential value moving forward?
Yeah, it has, Scott. I mean, look, honestly too, I mean, we hadn't put 100% focus into it either. So, I mean, that just answered a couple of questions obviously we had, which is good. So that's all we were sort of really after. So,
cool.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, yeah. So basically, if we, so I'll put you all on mute for a second. Then, so basically, at this point, this is when I really play up to this in a bit. It's like once I've answered the people's questions on the e-commerce side, then I basically say to people, the second half is going to be about team building. It's going to be not team building, but this is going to be about sharing it with people, getting paid to share this with people. And so, if that doesn't interest you, unlike most other opportunities, I'm going to invite you politely to leave the webinar and go back to the person who introduced it to you and just choose your level that you want to get started on, start selling online, right? So I really say to people, I only want people who are interested in the affiliate side to stay for the second half, okay? And I think that reassures a lot of people because then they're like, well, really, I don't have to recruit people to make money. And that's a powerful thing. So if we go to the comp plan, this is equally as exciting. It really is equally as exciting, right? So you guys, and I think at this point, I take the opportunity to explain. So for those of you that have watched any of the webinars which hold the CEO in it, you guys will know that Hitesh is almost OCD in his hate for MLMs. He hates network marketing companies. He hates MLMs. He hates most network home-based businesses. And the reason why, even though it sounds like a great contradiction because we're sharing this through network marketing platform, is that 99% of network marketing companies, you cannot make any meaningful money unless you team build. And therefore, it makes it difficult for the average person to make any regular, meaningful money, right? So even though there's this carrot, and I've been in I was in a network marketing opportunity for 2 years prior to this, right? So I've not got anything against them, but I understand how difficult it can be. Most people doing it are not making money. That's just a fact, right? And so, but most people get into it with the idea of, I want to have a better life. So that's what he's really kind of upset about, is that, people get into these wanting to create a better life, but in the end, they ended up just paying their monthly subscription, right? And so this compensation plan is deliberately designed for the average person. Even if you're only going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, under 5 people into the business, not only can you break even or be in profit by sharing this with even just 1 or 2 people in your first month, but you can technically get to the very top of the compensation plan by introducing less than 5 people to the business. That is technically correct. All right. Very, very powerful. So obviously, there's 7 different bonuses that you can earn from this affiliate program, completely separate to e-commerce, has nothing to do with e-commerce. All right. So this is an additional 7 income streams. And obviously, we get paid on business volume. So the average person doesn't understand business volume. I know you guys do. There are 5 different things that go into generating business volume. One of them, for example, are the sales, the e-commerce sales that you make in your Amazon and eBay, etc. accounts. There's going to be digital products, which I'm already laying some foundation with now. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff coming for our team in that base, and I might drag Scott into some of that. But in terms of what's going to get you to your affiliate goals the most quickly, it's going to be team building. All right. So I'm just honest with people about that. And the way that we get measured is on business volume. And the driver of the business volume is obviously the membership levels that you buy and anybody in your personal enrollment tree. So your personal enrollment tree is me putting in Scott putting in all of you guys, and you guys putting in a whole 1,000 other people. All of you guys are in my personal enrollment tree. And whatever membership level you guys buy, dollar for dollar, will count towards my monthly business volume total. All right. And so this is the bit which I really like for beginners in particular, because the name itself is very powerful. The accelerated beginners bonus is exactly that. It's an accelerated bonus specifically designed to help the ordinary person to break even or become profitable by making just 1 or 2 sales, right? And so what you're looking at here are 3 separate bonuses, although you can only see 2 boxes. So let's take the example. Let's say Kat here she's gone in at the $150 level, right? And she also has chosen to become a partner, which is $10, right? So that's $160 of upfront investment. Now then Kat goes and shows this to Scott. Scott goes absolutely mental and decides, yeah, I love this. I'm going to go in at the $400 level. So this is what happens with just one sale. Kat has invested $160. Because Kat has personally introduced Scott to Infinii within the first 30 days, she has generated $400 of business volume because of the membership level he chose. Therefore, she now will get $100 cash bonus, and she can earn a total of up to $400 in the first 30 days from that particular bonus. But in addition to that, there's something called the fast start bonus, which is a completely unlimited 0 time frame bonus, which basically is you will earn 15% of whatever membership level somebody purchases that you personally introduced to Infinii. So 15% of the $400 level Scott purchased is $60. So just with one sale, Kat has broken even at the $150 level, right? If she'd gone in at the $50 level, she would have already been in profit. If she got in at the $400 level, she could basically just have put in another one or two more people and she would be in profit, right? So it's very, very powerful. Now, this third bonus over here relates to your personal enrollment tree. So I explained that to you guys already. So once you've generated enough business volume from people joining your PET, your downline, once you get to 2,500 BV in a month and more, you can earn from 250 up to a capped $1,000 a month, based on how much business volume you've generated. So the average person who goes in, technically most people go in at the $50 or $150 level, right? They can become profitable or at least break even with just one sale. Very, very attractive. All right. So then now we get to the bit which, all of my lot are excited about. I'm guessing that you guys are very excited about, right? So I know there's a lot of numbers on here for most people to look at, but all I do is I'm picking out two levels which I believe in terms of work rate are very closely correlated, right? So I pick out the national manager level and the director level. Now I pick these out specifically because I believe this is the top end of what somebody with zero network marketing experience but is willing to work hard and is coachable, i.e. will follow the strategy I give them, could achieve with zero background in team building in month one, i.e. national manager, and in 3 months, director, right? So when we're looking at national manager to start with, what we look at is if you look at the left-hand most data, that relates to the business requirements to hit national manager. If you look at the right hand group of information, that is the bonuses you get for hitting that level, right? So I'm going to go from left to right using my trusty calculator because I'm an accountant. So we're going to work out what these numbers mean, okay? So all I point out is the $150 relates to the minimum membership level that you need to be at to be able to meet one of the requirements to be a national manager, okay? The number that you really want to draw their attention to is this $10,000 business volume, okay? Now, I choose to divide this by the $400 level. I know there's some training, and Dean that's on here, I believe he likes to show people how to get to this using the $50 level. That's your preference, okay? I choose, just for simplicity's sake, and it's been fairly successful considering there's been quite a lot of people that join my team, I just tend to use the $400 level as an example, right? People are smart enough to know that there's going to be many different variations. So all I'm doing here is I'm dividing the $10,000 of business volume generated by your personal enrollment tree by the $400 membership level to work out what is the number of people that you need to put into your business in month one, even though you don't need to do it in month one, but I would encourage you to hit national manager. So that's 25 people. Now that's not 25 people you've personally put in. You might have only put in 2 people at the $400 level and helped each of those 2 people to put in 12 each, right? That would be your 25. But based on what I've done personally, because I'm a national manager, my version is more to do with putting in about 5 people at the $400 level, okay, and then working with them over and over to help each of them to duplicate what I did, which was put 5 people in each, right? That would be your 25. So what do you get for your money? Well, we are very familiar with this accelerated beginner's bonus because we were just looking at the slide. So even though it says $1,000 max, that's not technically true, okay? You can earn more than that. So if we go back to the slide, if you look at it like this, now this is going to be based on you putting in 5 people at the $400 level yourself and building from there, right, to $10,000 BV. So if you do that, you've maxed out this $400 bonus in the month. Right? So we're going to put $400, right? Then obviously, because you've hit 10,000 BV in your downline, you're going to earn this $1,000 bonus, okay? So now you're at $1,400. And because you've put 5 people in at the $400 level, that's a $60 bonus times 5, which is $300. So now you're at $1,700, right? But that's not it. Because when we come back down to the compensation plan, you're going to see that the dual team the dual team weekly max, as a national manager, you can now earn up to a capped $2,000 a week, right? Very, very powerful. So we're not going to go in at the top end because that's going to, that most people are not going to be earning that when they're national manager. So let's go in at the median, which is going to be about $1,000, the top end of the easier to achieve rank of regional manager, right? So if we take $1,000 a week times 4 weeks, that's $4,000. So at this point, I've just shown somebody how, if they go for it, to go and make $6,000 in their first month. Okay. So obviously it could be less, it could be more, but it's possible. And I think that's all I want to show people, what's possible. Now, then we go down to director and we just basically go through the numbers in a very simplistic way, like we did for national manager. Okay. So at this level, again, your minimum membership level needs to be $150 or above, okay? The key number you want to focus on is this 30,000 BV for your personal enrollment tree. So just like we did before, we're going to do $30,000 divided by the $400 membership level, okay? So that's 75 people, which is not an insignificant number, right? But then we remember that this is a 3-month target. This is not a 1-month target. So if we divide it by 3 to work out the monthly work rate, it's exactly the same work rate that we did to get to national manager, which is why A, I said it was closely correlated, and B, I encourage you to do it in 1 month, even though you don't need to. Because what I'm basically saying is if you go in month 1, and put 5 people in yourself at the $400 level and work with them to put 5 people in each, right? And then you do the same thing in month 2, put another 5 people in at the $400 level and work with them, and do the same thing in month 3. You've personally put in 15 people over 3 months at the $400 level, and you've helped each of those people to put in 5 people at the $400 level, right? There's a very specific reason why I've proposed that strategy and why I'm following that, because the bonuses will be favorable to you for doing that, right? And just the key thing to emphasize to people, and I do in every webinar, is when I say to help people, what I mean is put them on the webinar, right? You guys haven't said anything, and nobody else says anything. The person presenting will say everything. So people you can hear the collective sigh of relief when you say, all I mean by help them is just get them to put bums on seats in front of us, okay? So then the bonuses start to get very, very serious because you're not just a director in name. So now you can earn up to $3,500 a week. So let's not go in at the top end. Let's find somewhere in between $2,000 and $3,500. So let's say $3,000 a week, right? Times that by 4 weeks. Now I've shown you how to go and make $12,000 once you hit director. But that's not the best thing, because this weekly bonus here, $200, doesn't look particularly sexy next to this one with lots of zeros here. But that's because you guys don't understand the bonus. This is a bonus, which is why I gave you the strategy that Infinii want you to help people grow their business. They do not want you just to put loads of people into the business and leave them there, right? So this bonus is based on the business volume, 5% to infinity, that each of your individual lines of personal enrollment tree generate. You will earn 5% up to a capped $200 per line of PET for those people. So remember, you've put in 15 people over a 3-month period, and you've helped each of those 15 people to grow their organization. So basically, you're going to be earning in and around $200 times the 15 people you've helped. That's an additional $3,000 a week. That's a weekly bonus. So that's an additional $12,000 a month. So just between these 2 bonuses, I've showed you how to go and make $24,000, right? But that's still not the best thing, because obviously, as we all know, you're going to get an additional $20,000 if you hit director in 90 days. So to bring it to a close, bring the presentation to a close, in the first month, I said by hitting national manager, you could earn more or less than about $6,000, right? Depending on your BV. Then in month 2, you're already a national manager. you're duplicating the effort that you put in month one. So now you're earning in and around $2,000 a week, which is times 4 weeks is $8,000. Okay. And then in month three, if you hit director, now you're earning up to a cap $3,500 a week. But we said around 3,000 to be more conservative, which we know is $12,000 a month, right? And then we know that this bonus here, because you've developed 15 people into growing their businesses, that's worth another $12,000 a month. Okay. And then this director's bonus, and I always enlarge the screen at this point so they can see director in 90 days, is worth an additional $20,000 if done in 90 days. If it's not done in 90 days, you'll just earn a $10,000 bonus instead of a $20,000 bonus. So you've just basically shown people how to go and make $60,000 in the next 3 months. Okay. Any ideas, thoughts, questions, emotions? I'll unmute you guys. All right, I've unmuted you. Anybody got any thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be using that in the presentation later.
All right, cool. Good stuff. Anybody else? Any of your other guys on there? Is anybody else watching? Anybody else still there?
Yeah, still here.
Did you like what you heard? I think let me, sorry, were you speaking, Tony, Charlotte?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, it's just trying to take it all in and then absorb it all.
Anybody want to give some observations, thoughts, feelings, anything? This is generally what tends to happen at the end of the presentation. I think the numbers start to get a bit like, you know, it's all a fact, right? So there you go. So the other way, just so while you guys are taking that in, because you guys are affiliates and some of you guys are actually quite used to building teams, I want to present the data to you in a slightly different way, okay? So when you're hitting national manager, so specifically for you guys now in terms of what's my strategy to hit director in 90 days? Well, before you get to director, you've got to achieve national manager, right? Obvious. So the way you can look at it is the way that I proposed to you, and I would advise you from today to literally accelerate your business in the next 7 days. Go and find 5 people that are excited about hitting the director's bonus. I don't care what level they go in at. They might all go in at the $50 a month level. But go and work with find 5 people. So you might have to go through 20, 30 people, I don't know. But find 5 people that are like, I want that director's bonus. Because then you can spend the rest of the month working with those people over and over and over again. Now, to give you an idea, I think I probably put in about 15 people, maybe 20 people max. I think it's probably 15 people into my business. My business has now gone to about 500 people. Right. So that really shows to you that if you go and put some really serious people into your business and you just get good at helping them and doing the presentation and helping them, you will get there very quickly. So the point I was going to make is to get to national manager, you can say, right, you need to put 25 people in at the $400 level. That's obviously not how it works. All right. But you could look at it as if you go and put 5 people into your business in the next 7 days who are serious about hitting director, get 3 of them, get them to regional manager. Help them get to regional manager. That means you'll be a national manager, right? So 10,000 divided by 3,000 is about 3.3 times, right? So let's just say 4 people. If 4 of your guys, you help them get to regional manager, which means each of their individual lines of PET generates $3,000, you will be a national manager. And the same logic applies to becoming a director, all right? What you want to do is you personally want to put in about 5 people a month who are excited to build with you, right? And then what's going to happen is naturally you're going to start to get some leaders. So some of my leaders are on this call in terms of people that are excited to go and build. So if you want to get to director, you can either look at it as the 75 people number, or you can say you just need to create 3 national managers in your downline. Yeah. So that's the way you look at it. All right. And then, you know, for me, I'm already eyeing up the senior director level. That's what I want to get to by June. Right. So I know that I need to create 3 directors before June from my personal enrolled tree. Now I'm a senior director. Right. That's worth 100 grand. That journey from 0 to senior director is worth 100 grand if you do it right. I don't know where else you're going to earn 100 grand in the next 3 months. Because when you hit senior director, all right, now you're earning. So when you hit senior director, basically you're earning up to $5,000 a week. Plus now you're earning up to $500 per line of PET. So if you look at that, if we base that on the same numbers that we did for director, say 15 people. So 15 people over a 3-month period is not crazy, right? If you times that by $500, that's an extra $7.5 grand a week, right? On top of earning up to $5,000 here. Plus you get another $20,000 bonus, right? So that's why I say to you guys, it's worth $100,000 for you to go and help 3 people become directors in the next 3 months. Does anybody have any questions on that?
No.
No? Okay. Well, all right, cool. Well, I take it you guys are all, is any other point you want to make on this before I move to attraction marketing? Okay, cool.
You covered it really well, Matt. So again, just for me, just reiterated, it doesn't have to be me and what I need to be doing by way of just sharing, but then more so investing more of my time in relation to the people around me.
Yes, that's exactly it. And that's what I really love, is because I've been able to grow the organization. I mean, we all started from the same place, right? On December the 1st, I had 0 people. But just by working with my people over and over again, Infinii pays you. If you look at this, and I think this is important because most of you guys are affiliates on here, right? So this maximum line, this 60% here, really is devised for you to have 2 or 3 lines of PET, and you're not dependent completely on one, because you're only going to be able to take benefit. So if you're going for national manager, which is a business volume target of $10,000, you're only going to be able to take $6,000 from your most aggressive line of PET, right? So that means the other 2 lines, or 1 or 2 lines, are going to need to make up the $4,000 shortfall. Okay. And so that's deliberately made so that you're not going to go through all the ranks just by having one person building a massive organization for you. So the bonuses are specifically designed for you to put a couple of people into the business, might be 2, 3, 4, 5, and just help those people to grow, and all of the bonuses will play in your favor. Okay. Right. Okay. So we talked about that stuff. So now let's do attraction marketing. Okay, so the beautiful thing about this, and remember, I was a network marketing person myself. So I understand about coffee shops, hotel presentations, trying to work out all the different scenarios of what people are going to say and have the right answer for it, knowing about the product and being able to, really go into it from that perspective, right? This is completely different. Right? This is different for you, and you should really stress the difference for anybody else who basically wants to do the affiliate side, right? Because it's a different strategy for you to grow, okay? So, and in one of Hiteshi's presentations, he was very, very clear. He said, this directory 90 days bonus is designed so that even if you've got 0 background in network marketing, if you are coachable and you're willing to follow the strategy that we give you, i.e. things like internet marketing skills, in which attraction marketing is, then we can help you leverage your warm market, but in addition to that, how to grow a cold market and turn it into a warm market. Okay. And so attraction marketing is a great way to do that. So even if somebody you introduce to Infinii has 10 friends on Facebook, if they follow the attraction marketing strategy that I give you, you can they can grow their audience aggressively, and they can still have the same amount of impact in terms of getting those people inboxing you saying, what are you doing? Right. And so the first thing that we talk about here is I'm gonna talk about this particular section here to start with, right? This is key. This is the food and drink of what you're gonna do. Your daily posts 3 times a day. Now, I used to do this religiously back when I didn't have any team, which was not very long ago, right? It was just me and my buddy who, once we started to get our we focused on getting our e-commerce business off the ground to start with, because we didn't have anybody to benchmark it against, really. So once we got to that point and we had some results, basically I employed, I got a mentor. I got an internet marketing mentor. He's a multi-millionaire in the States. I actually got introduced to him by my business partner, James, who'd been working with him for 2 years. And basically I paid him to have one-to-ones on Skype, and I can give, he's actually supporting our team. So if you guys want to have access to him, you guys can have access to him, right? He's very, very reasonable and he's super smart, right? And so just one of the strategies that he gave me, attraction marketing, put 20, 30 people into my DS domination business without me contacting them. I just followed this very simple strategy of posting 3 times a day in this manner. So the first thing you want to do is post a motivational post between 7 and 9 a.m. in the morning, right? Because what you want to do, and I was better at this before. So let me go to my business page. So if you haven't got one, I'd advise all of you to get a business page, right? What's his name? Gary can do all of that for you for a very reasonable price, but I'm sure Scott can help you with that. So basically, I'm going to base this on when I was just doing DS domination, because Infinii basically threw my whole routine out of kilter just because of the amount of success that we've had. I just had to basically all hands on deck and just help people. But before that happened, I was doing my attraction marketing strategy like clockwork. So this is an example of what I did, right? So in the morning between 7 and 9, motivational post, but I would advise you all to go and get a domain name which you're going to mask or connect to your Infinii affiliate link. So if you see here, it's a nice post, makes people feel good. But the key thing I want you to look at, and it might not be so clear for you, is that I've posted my affiliate link at the bottom, right? profitwithmattdaniels.com. So as people like this and share it, every single time you like somebody's post, all of the people in your audience can see that you've liked it. So all it takes, if we just say that the average person has, say, 500 friends and 10 people like your post, that's 5,000 people that potentially can see your post, even if they don't like it. And even if they don't then go and like it themselves, they all have seen it, right? So the logical thing some people will do is they'll say, okay, what is Profit with Matt Daniels? Because they can see this is a post from Matt Daniels. Then they can go and see your opportunity. And I've had people sign into my business without me even knowing who they are, right? Very, very powerful. So that's the 7 to 9 a.m. post, including your affiliate link. Okay. Now, between 11 and 1 p.m., that's where you want to post results. That's where you want to show people where either your results or share somebody else's results. And so I've said to the guys, all of my team, and you guys are part of my team, you guys are free to leverage any set of results that you see in my Facebook and everybody else in our team. So what I would suggest is that you guys share your, make sure your friends, particularly with people like Leancia and Dean, but I think you should, become Facebook friends with all of the other guys in our team, and I'll help facilitate that, where basically whenever they post their results, go and like it, go and comment against it, share it on your page. It's just free material all day long. In fact, in addition to that, you've also got, I don't know if you guys have gone around in your back office What's going on here then? No, I'm not sure what's happened there. Let's try again. Infinii. Okay, yeah, cool. So in your back office, if you look on the dashboard, you can leverage these results as well, right? So these here are just scrolling success stories. All right, maybe not that one. Let's try this one. I think it's just because I'm on this call that it's, we try again. Try that one. So basically, you can see here, this person is selling on Amazon. So you can just do a print screen of this and just go and use an app like Jing. It says you can just download this from the internet, absolutely free. It goes to the top right-hand side of your screen. And then literally you can just do a screen cut out, just cut out this particular piece. And just go and share that post, right? So you can go and share that post. And so what that's going to look like is, so if I look at some of my results here, so you're free to come on my business page. I've got results. I've got results on my profile page as well. So any of these, so I used to do screenshots. So some of these screenshots that I used to get while I'm walking to go, walking out somewhere, and I show people all of these sales that I'm making all over Europe. But you might want to do number sales. So you can do, something like this if you want. I would just do a screenshot of my Amazon seller account, and just a little something simple, right? Just with the right knowledge, selling on Amazon is simple and it works over and over again. So what are you waiting for? Put my affiliate link, just put the results. Very powerful, right? And so you do that at lunchtime. And then at the end of the day, you want to do between 6 and 8 p.m., you want to do some form of call to action. Right. So basically, how can people do business with you? When's the next presentation? When's the next webinar? Right. So so you want to drive people to that. I mean, what I used to use is this, something like this at the end of the day, where it kind of makes it very obvious what this is about. This is about eBay and Amazon. And I basically say, I was saying to people, because this is going back to October, that obviously, my kids love Christmas, but it's always been the most expensive time of the year for me. This year will be different for us. Having an online Amazon and eBay business will make it the most profitable time of the year. That's actually correct. I made about $12,000 just in December selling online, and I was focused on Infinii. If I'd really gone hard at it, I would have made a lot more. Some of the people that are in my peer group made $100,000 in that week across Christmas. Crazy money. So then I have 8 spots remaining for one-to-one coaching with me, giving you time and the strategy to dominate the festive period, my affiliate link, and you've got this something like this. So you can choose to use whatever it is you want. I mean, sometimes I use something like this, right? And then you can see I put my affiliate link at the bottom here, and I was also just put a little blurb about Amazon. So very, very powerful, right? So that is, if you do that, my mentor basically says you'll put one person a week into your business in automation doing that. Well, I'd say that's very, very conservative, because I personally put 30 people into my DS Domination business. I put 30 people into my DS Domination business in 5 weeks using that strategy. So I think he's just trying to play it down a little bit. Very, very powerful strategy to use. Okay. The other thing is, how do you help people, whether yourself or the people you introduce this? They might say, oh, well, I don't really have people that I can market to, or I don't have many friends, or my friends, they just think this is a pyramid scheme. Well, you can go out. So I'm now looking at this part of the strategy. You can basically go out and grow your own organic audience, right? So you can go in, and so I usually put like a Tony Robbins group, but you can put any form of motivational type of group that you can go and join. And then when you become a member of it, now you've got access to all of its members, right? So it's almost 5,000 people there. And you can just go through and add 5 to 10 people a day, right? Because these people are generally going to be entrepreneurial, positive mindset. They're going to be more open to business opportunities, right? And so you can only add 5 to 10 people a day. Then otherwise, Facebook are going to put you on Facebook hold. So outside of that, if let's just pick one person, let's just say you went to one of these people and their privacy settings were such that you could like and comment on their posts even though you're not their friend. You find a post that you just resonates with you, any post, and all you're going to do is put, so what's this person's name? Gary. So I just put Gary, great post. Please add me or friend request me. Simple. You can go and do that an unlimited amount of times. Okay. There's no limit on how many people you can do that. So you can literally grow your friends list by 1,000 a month if you want to, even more than that, up until you hit the 5,000 people limit. And remember, this is just Facebook. You've got Instagram, Twitter. You can do the exact same posts 3 times a day on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you want to go that deep, Google Plus, Pinterest, all of that. All right. So it's a really powerful strategy. And I cannot tell you, this is the most powerful strategy that's helped me turn 15 people that are personally putting into 500 people. That's the best way I can put it, right? I haven't done any paid traffic yet. Haven't done any other type of ninja strategies. I'm right now, I'm looking at Facebook PPC. Gary's done a training on that I can share with you guys. I'm looking at Instagram marketing. Scott has just showed me about this re-click thing. YouTube marketing. We've not done any of that yet. So we've grown to 500 people in 2 months just by showing people that you know, and attraction marketing. Because even when you've got just 10 people doing attraction marketing every day, it just causes such a huge noise online. People are like, when people see 10 people sharing something, it just causes a big commotion, and it works. So the other thing I'd say to you guys is, look, obviously, I would advise you guys to go and make the most of the next 7 days, because for those of you that joined yesterday, your 90 days has just started. But for other people like Kat and Scott, their 90 days started about 3 weeks ago. So even if you've just started, the best way to start these type of things is quick. Start quick and then slow down rather than start slow, right? So in your next 7 days, if you can go and put 5 people that are excited about the Director in 90 Days promotion, and then you just work with them to get them to at least regional manager, you'll be a national manager, and then so on and so on, right? So these are some of the leaders here that you should go and add on Facebook, right? These are some of the guys that are earning the huge checks. So Jesse Singh, for example, Jesse Singh he's our upline. So in our team, in the Wealth Network, we have 7 of the 10 top affiliate team builders in Infinii. Okay, so Jesse Singh is number 1. Okay, so this is Jesse picking up his check on the 31st of December of October. Jesse was a car mechanic 2 years ago. He'd never done any network marketing whatsoever. He'd never done any e-commerce. 2 years ago, he was a mechanic. Now he's picking up $500,000 checks. And that was before Infinii launched. So Infinii pre-launch started end of November, beginning of December, right? So this was just leading up to that. So that's based on DS Domination's compensation plan, which is nothing compared to what we're looking at now. So I think Jesse was a director within 1 hour of the rankings coming out. So he literally on the first day he hit director. So I'm sure by now he's probably an executive director or something like that, and probably be at some stupid rank in the next couple of months. Very nice guy. He said to me, anybody in my team, because he's seen what our team has been doing, and he's actually messaged me saying, you guys are free. I've used his image before. He said, you guys are free to use any of our team's images to help promote your business. So go and look around these guys' pages, right? Look at their posts, share their posts. Go to the Infinii business page, because why wouldn't you, right? You can send people to the Infinii business page because look, it's got pictures of people holding big ass checks, right? There's over $7 million worth of checks on that stage back in October. You've got the affiliate videos here. You've got, if you click on the photos section here, right? You've got all of these bits of materials that you can use, right? Dion Joffe. So remember I said to you that some of the guys, this guy is now doing $200,000 a month on eBay. He's probably about 24 years old. Like last year when I saw him, he basically come back from 6 months of traveling. He employs his brother, his sister, and about 7 or 8 other people to run his eBay business. He's just gone and started a film company and a range of watches, right? All of that comes from e-commerce. So he's not really a top affiliate, right? He's basically purely e-commerce. He doesn't need to do affiliate, right? So that's what he earned from last year. As I said, this year, he was already going into doing more than $200,000 a month just from eBay. So I don't know what else you want me to say. It's very, very powerful. So that's kind of it, guys. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or you want me to go through? Can't seem to unmute you, Scott. Of you delivery, I was probably having a conversation with somebody else. All right. Has anybody else got any questions? Okay, guys, you can unmute yourselves. Just ask me the question.
Oh, there we go, mate. I just would say, from my perspective, again, it's just reiterates in relation to what can be achieved. And I think that for me personally, it just has opened my eyes to a plan, to a pathway to be able to take the action steps, to be able to grow, as well as highlighting about what actually can be achieved. And there's a lot of things out there which people have tried and not really been successful with, or maybe have not received the level of remuneration on a consistent basis that maybe they would like to. And I think that, I continue to get more and more excited in relation to what this opportunity presents for me and for what it is that I'm looking to achieve. And I'm sure with the guys, it's for a couple of them, it's the first time to really get an in-depth overview, so probably feel a little bit overwhelmed with all the information. But hopefully, we can break it down really super simple in relation to what it is that people need to do. And number one is that, do you want to do the affiliate side, yes or no? And if you do, then that's great. And if you don't, that's more than fine too. So from the e-commerce side is that, well, what is it that I'm going to turn my attention to, and choose one platform and start utilizing the training to be able to become profitable. Step one, cover my monthly expenses. Step two, become profitable. Good as gold. And then if you do want to be able to grow, and if you see value in relation to getting extra money for helping people, which is what I see, I just think it's phenomenal in relation to being able to help people get in front in life. And if I can get rewarded for that as well, fantastic. Then how is it that I can present the information so that I don't come across as selling, so that I can just come across to be able to share it in a way that is designed to me, which is giving value to people. And I think that, you really covered that well in relation to what you call attraction marketing. And a lot of the guys have been doing that just because that's who they are. So I think to be exposed to a set structure in relation to that. The other thing that I would say is then, have a look at the example that I posted in the Zoom chat, to then tack some automation onto the end of that, because otherwise it will require you on a one-on-one basis to be able to get people to join your team. So ideally, we want to be able to provide people as much information as possible, but this is a platform, this is a company that has set quality information when people can say, yep, I'm comfortable, I want in, just where do I click the button? And the entry barrier is so low that really, if this is what you're looking to achieve, to join at $50 per month and give it a shot, it's a no-brainer. It really is. And I think that's where it does lend itself in relation to the automation side. So Matt, just the last thing before you head off. Now you mentioned in relation to the phone leads for the guys in the United States. There are a few people within the group who are really excited to give that a shot. Yeah. What are the steps in relation to taking action with that, mate?
So I cleared that with Terry. So you guys, I'm going to make sure you guys meet Terry fairly soon. So I think he's got a couple of thousand leads left. So how many people roughly have said put their hand up?
So I know that Joe has, I know that Kat has, and I think maybe Mike has as well. So I think three people at this.
So 1,500 leads to start with. So yeah, so basically, I would encourage those guys to reach out to me on Facebook, and I will connect you with Terry, and you'll get your 500 leads today as well as a script. Okay, so I do have Dean and Liancia on here. So in terms of eBay and for those of you that want to, so I know I can see some of you guys look like you maybe are in partnerships. So I'm in a partnership with MySpot, right? And so obviously you want to be developing your eBay business as well. So I don't know if Dean, Liancia, do you want to spend like 5 minutes just kind of giving your background on what you achieved in the first month, so you guys really understand the power of, going from zero to where you can get to in a month, because this is what you really want to get across to the people that you're sharing this with, right? Even if you're starting from scratch on eBay, this is what's possible. So Dean, Liancia, do either of you guys want to go just chip in?
Yeah, sure, I'll go through. Hi guys, my name's Dean. I'm one of Matt's friends. Matt was the person who originally introduced me to this concept. Funny enough, I had already been exposed to concept of dropshipping probably 3-4 years ago with something that I looked into myself, do my own research online, so on and so forth. But the issue I had, I was originally going to do it in a partnership with a couple of other friends, and the issue I had when I was starting out was there was too much information, and it was very hard to decipher what was authentic, what suppliers to go to, so on and so forth. And one of the great things in terms of the experience I've had with Infinii so far is just having a direct route to say, okay, go here, do this, do that. It saves so much time not needing to research the mechanics of how to run a business. It speaks volumes when you just have a blueprint you can follow that has qualified results. Follow that information, follow the training. eBay side of dropshipping, Boxing Day of last year, and making my first sales within less than 24 hours, and since then making sales consistently on a daily basis, multiple sales on a daily basis since then. And all of that's come from taking action in regards to what Infinii teaches us, being consistent. I would say one of the main things when you're new anyway, doing this process is consistency. I've experienced that myself, because I know when I took a bit of time out to focus more on the team and less on my personal e-commerce business, it actually affected my e-commerce business. So it was a good kind of test run to know what's required when you've got a new eBay account, when you've got a new e-commerce business, what's required. And the main thing is consistency. It doesn't mean putting in hours and hours and hours every day. It's just following the process of putting listings up on a daily basis. It doesn't need to be hundreds or 30, just 5 to 10 listings a day is all it takes for eBay to recognize you as someone who's serious, and with you in terms of increasing your listing allowance. Because what you guys really want to do is be in a position where you've got a high volume of allowance being offered to you by eBay, and then the idea is you monetize that volume. That's what we're really doing. We're actually monetizing eBay's listing allowance with the concept with the concept of drop shipping. That's what we're really doing. And my process now is to scale that business up to a point where it can be automated. There's so many more avenues to make an income on the e-commerce side in regards to Amazon, like Matt mentioned earlier, the Shopify, WeCommerce, and there's still more avenues outside of that as well to make money on the e-commerce side. and then leveraging your results to monetize the affiliate side of Infinii. So then you've got an opportunity to make another substantial income from the affiliate side of Infinii as well. And that's my strategy, and the strategy that we follow within the team is very simple: to stick to the blueprint as much as possible and be consistent with sticking to the blueprint as much as possible, because the blueprint works. And one of the main things to take away is that everything Matt's spoken about today is based on results, not belief or faith. Is, you know, usually when you do a home-based business or a network marketing opportunity, a lot of the time no one hasn't got, you know, a lot of time when you're introducing people to these concepts, it's okay, this is this person's results, this is that person's results. This is the first time where you can come in, literally start an eBay business, dropshipping business, have the potential to make results within the first 24 hours, 48 hours, first week, and literally leverage those, your own results, as well as other people within the team's results, to start exposing people to the wider opportunity and leveraging the income that can be made on the affiliate side of the business. My experience on the affiliate side has been very good, considering I haven't been the most aggressive. I haven't been nowhere near as aggressive as Matt, that's for sure. I've probably, in my business, I've got over 250 people in my business, and I've only personally put in 8. And a lot of that's been organic growth through the efforts of myself and other people within the team. So there's a lot of help within the team to help you guys grow your e-commerce business and the affiliate side. Consistency and belief, 2 important factors to take from today, and persevere, and you'll get to wherever you need to get to.
Thanks, Steve.
What's me, Matt?
Thank you. Nancy, have you got anything you want to add?
No, I think you did pretty good. I can't hear you very well.
Yeah, are you moving to and from your laptop? Because it sounds
no,
like...
I'm still.
Okay, all right. Do you want to just tell me what your results are quickly?
Yeah, sure. So I started selling on eBay on the 11th of December. I'd never sold on anything before, so this was quite new to me. I'd seen other people how they do it, their own personal stuff, but I didn't know it in terms of actually making money from it and having like an additional income stream. So yeah, I'd never done that before. So when I started, I saw the presentation because I didn't really know what e-commerce was. I didn't understand the presentation, but I realized that I needed to make money like immediately, like really, really quickly. And so I borrowed the money to get started, and I went in at Surge again initially just because the springboard offer was what was more appealing to me in terms of getting that instant cash pretty quickly. And so I went at Surge because I knew the profit, so that it would be kind of something that I could do with and I really needed. But obviously that wasn't available. And so with that being said, I just thought, okay, I still need to make money quickly. And so I threw myself into the training. Literally, I just went in, I sat down and I watched them intently. And I'm very much a kind of a visual learner, but I have to do it as I'm watching. So once I'd gone through them, I went back and I went through them again and started actually implementing everything. I opened my eBay account and just got going. And so doing that really helped me just to process everything a lot quicker as well. And so, I did that. I put my first listing up. I had a limit of only 10 items that I could list. I maxed that out quickly. And then within a couple of days, I tried to ring eBay to ask them to increase, and they wouldn't. So I just left it, and then I found another way for that to happen. And they increased it, and again, I maxed out that out straight away. And basically from December, from 11th of December to 11th of, 11th of December to 11th of Jan, I made probably about £1,000 or so in profit, like not sales, just profit. So over £2,000 in sales. And mainly that came from one particular item that I'd found at that time. And it was just selling like hotcakes. It was like a 90 from that one item. I was like making £90, £200 of clear profit, and it was pretty incredible, and I was very, very excited about that. And it definitely helped because, like I said, I needed to make money pretty quickly, So yeah, and so it was just purely consistency. Once I kind of get my teeth into something, I just want to make sure I do it properly and I get it. And so I just did it and got it, and I just went hard. It was kind of a desperation thing, but I just went hard quickly because yeah, it had to be done. And I suppose it always comes down to the thing of when you're hungry and you're desperate for something, you make it happen. You know what you've got to do, and that was my situation, and it paid off. So yeah,
good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Leancia. Appreciate that. So there you go, guys. That's kind of it. So you know, whether somebody wants to just do the e-commerce side, they've got this. I would basically say Infinii is a Ferrari. It's a Lamborghini in terms of you can earn as much as you want to earn as quickly as you want to earn it if you're willing to put in the work. The problem that most other opportunities have is you work really hard and then you realize you have to work really hard again and again and again, and the reward doesn't come as quickly as you want it to come. Whereas with this, from the e-commerce side, if you put in the work, you can go and make $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 in your first month. If you work really hard on the affiliate side, you can do the same and more. So when you do it in combination, there's nothing to stop you going to make, anything from $500 to $5,000 in your first month, depending on how badly you want it. This is the perfect vehicle for that. So you should feel very comfortable when you're sharing this with people, when they say, am I going to make money from this? Yes, you are. You're going to make money from this, but you're going to need to learn some new ideas, but it's all video training. Watch the video, take the action. All the videos are designed so that they're 10 minutes long. Watch the video, take the action. Watch the video, takes the action. It's not watching a 5-hour webinar and then you're trying to work out where to start. All right. So before we sign off, can I do an attraction marketing picture? So are you guys happy to do a picture? Like for those of you that have got your cameras turned off, are you happy to do like a quick little picture and I'll just tag you in it? Nice. Thank you very much. This is teamwork. I like this. One team, one dream, yeah? All right. So, all right. Let's see. Okay, nice. Thank you, guys.
Smile, everybody.
Wow. Okay, some of you guys need to work on your smiles, man. All right, any joke. All right, guys. Well, that's it. So, next 7 days.
And Matt, can I just mention just one thing before we sign off? Cool. Or two things. So number one, guys, is to remember that we've got Matt booked in to give a presentation webinar for Thursday night, 10 p.m. Perth time. So I don't want to waste his time. So so we'll need to confirm with you, Matt, to make sure that we've got people ready to rock and roll. That otherwise, I'll let you know that that won't be needed. So there's an opportunity there, guys, right now to share it with people you think might be interested. And you heard how very clear and crystal clear it was in relation to what it's all about for people to make their own call. So your job right now is to share it with people, get them onto the webinar and just listen to see whether it's a fit for them. So that can happen Thursday. You can get started on this side straight away. And all you have to do is just let people know it's coming and just get them to give an indication of, can you make it? And if we can get people that are coming, great, then we'll do the webinar. If we're not willing to be able to reach out and get that, then we don't want to waste Matt's time. Second thing is that we're now experiencing something brand new. And it's like I teach my little fellas about new skills. We're going to come up with issues, dramas, and problems. So you've got one point of call is the page that we've created, so the Infinii Oz page. Post your questions there. Obviously, what we want to do is be able to work it out ourselves first. Post it on the page, but I think there's great value in us getting together collectively on a regular basis to have a Zoom like this, ask questions, to share what you're going through, what are your dramas, because more than likely throughout, somebody within the group like this, with someone's already experienced that, to be able to share where we're at. And I think that with a consistent approach to getting together on a regular basis, and I'm talking about once, more than once, say twice, if not 3 times a week, to be able to share, this is where we're at, this is what's working for us, these are my questions, even if it's 15, 20, 30 minutes. That's the level of commitment I want to have to you guys, to give you, I find it easier to be able to talk as opposed to, with Facebook and typing and Skype, etc., to be able to talk like this, and then we can, get moving in relation to getting people going. So again, what it is, it's about grabbing people that are close to you that you want to work with, who can bring them into our world. And that's all we want to do, right? So my job is to help you grow your world, And then when you bring people in, your job is help them grow their world. And let's just create one big world. So I'm making that commitment to you guys in relation to my time. I'm doing a lot of stuff that sets up a lot of funnels and a lot of ways to be able to get people to know who I am, to know what I'm working towards. They've got no idea who I am in life, but I want them to understand the value I can provide and the answers that I've got that can fix their problems. And I'll share all those things with you, and I'll share how to create all those systems and processes as well. But what's really crucial is we need to start walking the walk. You've got to watch the eBay training. You've got to start getting a feel for it, start taking action, get a feel for it yourself, because you need to find where you fit in the big puzzle. You've got to find what you're comfortable selling. You've got to find what you want to sell. And if you're fortunate enough to find something that you're also passionate about, that's great. But you will find the more action that you take, you'll find you'll gravitate towards a certain product or a certain niche, and that will be you. And then when it comes time to scale up to the big time in relation to Amazon, you're now doing something you know you're really good at. And that's the benefit of going through this training initial stages. So I'm going to put it out there on the page in relation to doing the Zoom. I like it. I'll use this instead of go to webinar. And we'll get utilize a paid account so we can not get the timing in the morning, etc. We'll put it out there, and I'll give you my 100% commitment, and I just need the same back from you in relation to do that, and let me help you and help us together to be successful and get what we all want to achieve.
Can I jump?
And sorry, I just want to share with you that we see, and I just want to put this out there, is that a lot of us here also are involved with GWT. Now, this is not competing. I see personally still feel great value with GWT, and I'll be doing that forever and a day. I'm still going to hand that to my sons when they leave school, and there's going to be an option for them to grow their business as well. But the reality is that this is just it's a totally different concept, it's a totally different income stream for a totally different style of person. So when I meet people, and if it resonates in relation to they're looking for something in life, maybe e-commerce is not for them. So that might be a GWT person. That needs to be a GWT conversation I need to have with them. Or if they're into e-commerce, then that's the e-commerce. But now I've got a choice. And that's my approach to that. I'm not saying one is better than the other. What I'm saying is now I've got two options. I've got two good income streams that can deliver the outcome that I want and the vision that I want, which is that when my boys finish school in 3 years' time, when Connors finishes year 12, that working and getting a job is a choice. You can be an entrepreneur. Here are two different things you can do, mate. Or you can go to uni and get a job, but you don't have to. And that's where I'm coming from. So I thought I would just share that in relation to the GWT side of things, so that we can just address that and just share my perspective in relation to what I'm working towards. And then I've not reached out to, I've just shared it with a couple of you guys, but I've not gone into that world to steal their people and say, this is better. Don't do that. All we're doing is just like Kat did it really well. She had an issue in her life in relation to one income stream's gone. I'm now replacing it with this. Beautiful. And I think we just want to create an opportunity. We're just sharing what we're doing, share the reasons why we're doing that. And then if anyone else wants to be negative about that, that's their call and that's their choice. And they're coming from the wrong perspective, as long as, if that's who you are and how you present things. And if you have any issues, just shout it out and we'll help each other.
First, Scott, can I just jump in there a second? I just wanted to say, just to back up what you said, I will do whatever it takes to help you guys get to where you need to get to. Okay? So in terms of presentations, in terms of just whatever it takes for you guys, because really what you guys want to do is, for those of you that are kind of serious about hitting director in 90 days, I'm looking at this group of people here as basically the leadership group. That's my perspective. If that's not what you want to do, that's fine. So as a leader, really what you want to be doing is, as much as possible, you want to be trying to hit director rank in 60 days, because then it gives your team something to see. Because remember, you're not going to do this by yourself. You're only going to hit these ranks by helping and motivating people to progress themselves. So if you leave it until the last minute to hit your ranks, it's going to be very tight for all of your guys, right? And so I will do whatever it takes to help you guys accelerate. But, so whatever I did it with these guys here, they know I did it, and I'll do it with you guys. I'm more than prepared. 2 p.m. works very nicely for me. So if you guys turned around, we got to the point very quickly, like, guys, I need a presentation every day, I will make it happen. Whether it's me doing it myself, I alternate with Dean until you guys are up to speed. We will do that for you. So whatever you guys need to succeed, I am very much have a vested interest in helping all of you to succeed. Yeah. So I think the next 7 days for you guys is really going to set the tone for month one. And it's your business. You're going to do what you want. But just from my experience, I just front loaded everything into the first week to 10 days. And that just then I could just concentrate on working with my people over and over again. But in the first instance, you need to go and find your 5 people who are excited about director's level. So go and do that in the next 7 to 10 days and spend the rest of the month working with them over and over and over again, and just go wherever it takes you. And obviously I will do that with you, and so will Scott. So that's all I wanted to add.
And remember, we're getting paid in US dollars. Now, you've got an income stream getting paid in US dollars. Now, like, to share with you, I cashed. I got paid with what I was creating in relation to Infinii, my e-commerce stuff. I got paid $2,000 US. Bam, there's nearly like 3,000 Australian dollars. That's golden. If you can create an income stream in US dollars at the moment for us, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is at the moment.
Fund your US holiday would be better.
Hey, Matt, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Go for it, Joe.
Just in terms of the 10 p.m. Thursday night, that translates to 1 a.m. our time in Melbourne. If I have people that just can't make that time slot, I know you do other webinar sessions that happen around 7 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
So we could piggyback on those if I can't get people to the 1 a.m. session.
You can listen. You can invite people. You can invite people to the 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. UK time. So that's 7 a.m. your time. But if you say, Matt, I've got 5, 10, 15 people that I want to get onto a presentation and neither times work, then I'll do one just for you guys.
Okay, cool.
Wasn't it? It was 10 p.m. Perth time, wasn't it? Though, not our time, UK time.
No. He's not saying. You guys are in 2 different parts of.
Yeah, I was saying 1 a.m. Melbourne time. Sorry, the other side of Australia.
Place Australia is a big place.
It's 3 a.m. for Joe right now.
That goes for any of you guys, right? If you turn around and say to me, Matt, I've got a special group of people or whatever. I mean, I went on a stag do 2 weeks ago to Latvia, and one of my friends begged me to do a presentation to just his group of people, right? So it's like 25 people in the creative world. I took 2 hours out of you can imagine what state I was in, but I still took 2 hours out of that weekend to do the presentation, right? So that's my commitment. If you guys say to me, Matt, none of the time frames work and I've got 5, 10 people that I really want to show this to, 15 people, then we'll just make it work. This is what I'm doing full time. I want to take this as far as I can. So I know that we all need to make sacrifices. So just use me, keep in contact with me and Scott, and we will do whatever we can to help you succeed. Okay?
Okay, good. No worries.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Look out for the attraction marketing post. So shall I just tag Scott, or how do you want me to work it?
Is anybody not comfortable being tagged in it?
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. All right. So I'll tag you guys.
Charlotte, Roha, are you guys comfortable being tagged in that?
You can say no if you want.
It's probably more important for people like Katrina and Tony, Charlotte, and Araha and so forth.
No worries. Well, I'll tag a couple. I'll tag Scott in it, and then Scott can add people as he, yeah, makes more sense. All right, guys. Well, I've recorded this, so you guys, I'm gonna add this recording to the YouTube channel. Have you guys have signed up to the YouTube channel, yeah? So basically, it will be on there in a couple of years. In a couple of hours.
Wow. Was it a 4K version, 10K version?
So I'll post the link in the group, but it will be on the YouTube channel with all the training that you need, yeah? And for those of you that want leads, Facebook me, and I will connect you with Terry, and you'll get your 500 leads plus the script today. All right?
Cool.
Good luck, guys. Wishing you a very
Thank you, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.